What's up, guys? Dustin McDaniels back here with another video, and welcome back to the channel. We are back at it here with the NHL season preview series, and in the episode today we're going to be taking a look at the Florida Panthers, how they finished up last year with team stats, individual stats. We'll take a look at their cap space, draft capital, contracts, and we'll talk about what I think they'll do this upcoming season with X factors and all. But if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future action, as well as it is completely free, guys. Does not cost you a single penny, so hit that subscribe button, join the channel, join the community. You guys have been awesome, help growing the channel, so let's keep that up. Getting into it though, Florida Panthers last year, obviously a magical run to the Stanley Cup Finals, losing to the Vegas Golden Knights, but they finished the season off 42, 32, and 8 for a total of 92 points. Taking a look at their individual stats, there were a couple top performers this past season, most notably Matthew Tkachuk was in the running for the Hart Trophy, had 109 points in 79 games played, was a plus 29 on the year. Barkov had a very solid year, even though he had an injury in it, 78 points in 68 games played. Carter Verhaeghe, 73 and 81. Brandon Montour, a very nice surprise, 73 points in 80 games played. And then Sam Reinhart, 67 and 82 played, rounding out the rest of the top 10. Luosterainen, Forsling, Bennett, Ekblad, and Lundell. One thing of note, Ekblad was injured he only played 71 games. Sam Bennett only played 68. Looking now at their cap space, they don't really have any at all, and when it comes to their draft capital for next season, no first or second round picks, but they do have a third, fourth, 2/5, sixth, and seventh round pick for next year's draft. Looking at their contracts now on the screen, a few players of note that you don't see on here, two being some of their top defensemen, long-term injured reserve list, Aaron Ekblad, Brandon Montour. They will need to monitor their system if they will monitor their updates to see when they will actually be back at this point of filming this video. Not 100% sure. And then Spencer Knight is in the NHL Player Assistance Program. Don't know when he will be back either. But looking at the roster that they do have right now under contract that will potentially play this upcoming season, we've got a couple contract years for some players. Sam Reinhart playing for a contract this year. You've got Nick Cousins, Steven Lizotte, Leonards, you've got Kevin Stinland, Anton Lundell, Ryan Lomberg, who was a very key player of depth last year in that playoff run. And on the back end, essentially their entire defensive core is on a contract year. You've got Forsling, Oliver Ekman-Larsson signed a one-year deal with them. Mike Riley, Kulikov signed a one-year deal. You've got Mahura, Carlson, and Christed, all of those guys on one-year contracts. Now, again, one thing to note, two of their top defensemen showing on that long-term injured reserve list of Ekblad and Montour, so that is not reflective of their official depth at defense. They will eventually be back. And then between the pipes, Stolarz is on a contract year as well. But overall, looking at this team and their contracts, you've got the top dogs, Barkov making $10 million until 2029. You've got Tkachuk making $9.5 million until 2029. Those are both, I think, very good deals for their age, 28 and 25 respectively. Moving a little bit further down, Sam Bennett still has 2 years left at 4.425. Carter Verhaeghe, 4.166. You've got Rodriguez, who they just brought in for $3 million for the next 4. Luosterainen did re-sign for $3 million starting after this year for the next couple of years. And then on the back end, their most signed defenseman, if you really think about it, Mikkola, he's got a contract, $2.5 million for the next 3 years, and then that big hit between the pipes, Sergei Bobrovsky, $10 million still for the next 3 seasons. But man, oh man, where to start with this team when it comes to my official prediction? I don't think they will have the same success that they did last year. I know they barely just squeaked in to the playoff picture, and then they shocked the world, beating the Boston Bruins and finding their way eventually to the Stanley Cup Final, beating the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Carolina Hurricanes on their way to that. But they did lose a few key pieces, most notably the ones that I'm thinking of. You got Rocco Gudis, Anthony Duclair. I'm drawing a blank on a few other players off the top of my head right now, but with the players that they have in the injury history that they've also had with Ekblad, Montour, hopefully they can be healthy for this upcoming season. Question marks are kind of all over the place. Can Sergei Bobrovsky have a good regular season, or will they need to rely on a tandem to have a solid regular season? On the back end, again, with that health question mark, can anyone step up other than the big guys? I know Forsling had a very good year last year. Can Oliver Ekman-Larsson step in and kind of reclaim a little bit of the form that he had once upon a time with the Arizona Coyotes? On the front end, can some of the new signings really step up and make a difference, such as Rodriguez? You've got really, he's kind of the main signing up front. Can he step up, have a season like he did with the Pittsburgh Penguins a few years back? Can Verhaeghe have a solid regular season? I mean, the question marks are there. Can Lomberg really continue on that success that he had in the playoffs and maybe put up 40 points? It really is going to be interesting. I know Reinhardt had 67 points. Can he be up around that 75 mark? Can Sam Bennett be up around that 50-point mark? I know both of those guys were high draft picks whenever they were selected in the NHL draft. We know what we're going to get from Barkov and Tkachuk. As long as they can stay healthy, I think they will play great. But again, a lot of question marks. Their depth kind of unproven in the regular season ever since they made those big moves last year from getting rid of some key players in trades with the Calgary Flames. But with Huberdeau and oh man, I'm drawing a blank on the defenseman for some reason, Mackenzie Weegar. Can they make strides with their depth that they have? Can Lundell step up, have a big season? I know that's a big question mark. He only had 33 points last year. Can he get up around 45, 50? Again, those question marks are there for me. I know I'm saying that a lot in this one, but overall, my prediction for their standings and points finish, it's going to be a tough one. I think anywhere from 85 to 90 points I think would be realistic for the Florida Panthers this upcoming season. A little bit of a slump after last year. Again, they barely made it into the playoffs, but they did shock the world making it to the Stanley Cup Final. Almost kind of like how the Montreal Canadiens did a few years ago when they played the Tampa Bay Lightning. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Really excited to see a encore performance from Matthew Tkachuk. Can he put up 100 points this upcoming season? Can Barkov get back up around that 90 mark if he plays a full 82-game season? Again, a lot of questions that I have about the Panthers. Just don't think they'll make the playoffs this upcoming season. But I want to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Who's going to be the biggest X factor for the Florida Panthers this upcoming season? Who's going to have the biggest season for them? Who's going to be that surprise player for them? I want to know what you guys think down below in the comments. But if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like on it. Again, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. It is completely free, does not cost you a single penny, and it helps grow the channel and the community grow into something pretty awesome, which I really appreciate all the support you guys have shown the channel the past little bit. So help us grow. Couple promo codes for you guys in the descriptions, so be sure to check that out. SeatGeek and GFUEL, that is for you guys to enjoy 100%. But that's going to be it for this one. I hope you have a good one, and as always, stay dusty.